Hey guys, James here, pre-podcast, post-recording the podcast. If you want to hear me just discuss the behind-the-scenes troubles of podcasting and keeping a network afloat, please listen through to all of this episode. But if you don't, go like 20 minutes in, or maybe less. Let's say I will probably edit just like silences and whatnot, like 3 minutes out. So maybe like go 17 minutes in. And if I'm still not to the movie, just like skip forward a little bit. You'll eventually get to the watch along of what we're about to see. I'm about to introduce it. So, see you guys. Bye. Or no, stay. Hey, y'all. My name is James and I'm a Dimension in Danger? Shoot, I thought it was Rangers, Dimensions and Rangers. Why isn't it Rangers and Dimensions that are in danger here on Mostly Speaking Sentai? Oh, yes, guys. Like I said, my name is James, and I'm here today to talk Dimensions in Danger, watch-along style. Hopefully, you aren't going to experience what I experienced, which was, getting this ready to go on Netflix. Yes, they are the originators of streaming content. Oh, remember back in the day you could watch Godzilla, the animated series, and watch a Godzilla Raids again, and then like a Beetleborgs? I think that was the main chunk, and then Dexter for some reason. I'd like to know how Netflix moseyed up into that deal so early on. But oh my God, Netflix, thank you so much. Let me plug this in. Cool. Let me turn this on. It stopped. Hey, you want to know what? Sometimes Netflix, it kicks us out, and that's because we have an older Vizio, I think. What kind? I already put it away. A smart Roku TV. The connection's bad, but I'm like, well, I'm in with the router right now. Like in the same room. Usually it's on the other side of the apartment. So I say, you want to know what? Check the connection. It's excellent. Okay, let me click on it again. Netflix is finally saying, Netflix is meant for you and your household, so let me make sure it's in the proper household. And we're not technically, Netflix, here's what I'm going to say to you c***s. Yeah, I'm going to call you c***s right now. You literally were founded on the principle of renting media. And I believe you also had a lawsuit, possibly with movie studios, to solidify the fact, like, this is Disney level shit of, don't take our content, you can't be public domain. Well, they are reaping and benefiting off from public domain content. Back in the day, movie studios went after rental stores in order to say, like, hey, this is not right. You cannot do this. You can't just rent our media out. Not really seeing like how lucrative it could also be for the studios at the time, but we'll get to that. I'm kidding. I just said it. Netflix had the same issue when they started online renting out DVDs and eventually Blu-rays, which they just cut. So for them to be like, if you are allowing someone to pay for like multiple screens, that is saying like, all right, you can team up on these little instances. Like, who the has 4 TVs and needs 4 TVs on at the same exact time in their home? I guess maybe if you're a hospital or something, you might need, but also, what are they going to do with, maybe a school who has it? I hope everyone listening right now just cuts Netflix, and if you want to watch along with this, maybe you can find it on YouTube. I don't know. Wink, wink. So my day has been a shit show. I need a win, guys, because, and before I start talking, and no one come to me and say like, oh, James, I hope you're okay. Hey, I'm thinking of you. Don't do that. Instead, spend that time by telling a friend about any of my podcasts that you think they might be interested in. Or just take that time to go to your music streaming choice of app, or you know what I mean, music streaming app of choice, and just go to Marshland Monster and listen to a single song. That's all it takes, baby. Add me to a playlist. But let me get, this is a 22-minute episode that we'll be watching along with. And normally when I'm on these shows with other people, I need to be making with the yucks. There's no time for me really to just, also it's like, well, if we keep going with these yucks, eventually I'm going to be like, hey, this is far too long. I don't want to edit this, but this is going to be an easy edit. So I can talk up front for like 10 minutes. On Saturday, the 3rd of July, I got to do a stream all day, but in June, or not July, like 4th of July, that's why 3rd of June, I will be doing a stream in hopes it'll probably be from like, I don't know, 12 to 6 in hopes to raise $350 because I need some of my wisdom teeth out. I don't know if they can do all of them, but my insurance does not cover a 3D scan that is needed so they can make sure they're not going to be hitting nerves that could potentially numb my face. So that's $350. Luckily, it covers most, if not all of the actual extraction. So that's good. $350, MLMpod.com/donate right now. Go for it. I will eat. I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to do on the stream. Okay? We'll bring the stream over to Chatterbait and I'll start showing you my dick. If that's what it takes to get $350, please. But hey, maybe you don't want to just donate. You want something out of that. Patreon.com/MLMpod. Finally, hey, maybe you've been like, oh, you want to know what? I don't know. There's so much stuff over there. You're guaranteed to have a fun time. This existed. Talking about Beyblade, Death from Above, which we've had 2 of our best episodes in the past 2 months on that. Oh, baby. Into the Grid, another Power Rangers podcast, and According to an Idiot, a fantastic podcast. They came on. It was magical podcasting. Oh, yeah. Engaged with Nicolas Cage. Mostly Speaking Sentai After Dark. It's all a good time over there. So head on over to patreon.com/MLMpod. Help me pay to fix my teeth. You might remember way back in the day, I think in 2019, it would have had to been 2019, maybe when we were talking about Ninja Steel with Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour on Ranger Command Power Hour. I was dealing with my tooth issues back then, that sweet cream on the inside because I was eating too much of it. Well, now that or maybe it's the cream, the coffee creamer. Maybe that's the issue, guys. I'll just cut out coffee creamer. And I'll no longer be infected. Yes! No longer need that $350, but please do go over to patreon.com/MLMpod and let everyone know that you're here to stay. I don't know what I'm saying. Also, I don't know. I took a COVID test last night, but if I get COVID, like if I test tomorrow, because I will, as Corey and Joe are coming over for Straight to Patreon over on the Patreon, we're talking about Dragon Ball Curse of the Blood Rubies. I'm gonna be pissed. Because we just traveled, and if I'm like, oh, every time I travel out of state, I get COVID, no longer gonna do it. Bye, Christmas. Bye, weddings. Come to me, okay? You fuckers can get COVID. I'm done getting COVID for your asses, all right? And Florida, just for the record straight, no longer going to you. Not just because you're a trash town, but also you're a trashville. Every time I've gone there as an adult, it didn't have a good time. Wouldn't recommend the experiences I had. So, yeah, I need a win. Someone give it to me. Because also, we talked about it last month that not our Patreon numbers. I wish if our Patreon numbers went up, I'd be like, hey, something's happening. That's concrete evidence. But our numbers on Mostly Speaking Sentai went up into the thousands. And not a single person ever got back to us. So that is confirmation right there. Like, of the 450, like, in quotes, new listeners we had, one, we would have heard from them. That, like, at least one. But a guaranteed is our numbers for weekly listeners just bottomed back out to, like, our normal 40 average per 7 days, like, individuals listening. So, yeah. Thanks whoever glitched us and, oh man, made me so happy. But James, don't get happy. That makes you complacent and that makes you a fucking lazy ass. Instead, always think people think your shit sucks because guess what? God damn history proves it to be. You suck, James. You cuck, James. And hopefully, you get bucked, James, a.k.a. a buckshot to the dome piece. But life wouldn't make me that lucky. Me walking into a convenience store saying, hey, what's up? Then kadoosh, just straight into the dome piece. That would be lucky. No. At most, I'd get hit in the knee in an exact way that it makes me have chronic pain for the rest of my life. And the individual who did that is like, oh, I'm actually good at this. I had a face covering. No one ever found out who I am. And then there's no one to sue. There's no one to reap benefits from. No, I'm just fucked with a bum knee for the rest of my life. That's the luck I have, all right? Am I lucky to have a roof over my head? Am I privileged to be able to have done this for 5 years? Yeah, but what would have been a better use of the money is to just have done nothing for 5 years. I truly think that now. I'm like, God, or this is the biggest thing. I think about this maybe monthly. If I had the hindsight, I should have just stayed at Vivid Queefs until 2020 and then just gotten laid off, reaped the benefits of unemployment, and then had a even more amount of money to be like, all right, guys, I'm not going to do anything for 5 years, straight up nothing. I'm going to get high, I'm going to watch TV, and that's it. I've worked super hard and saved up for an emergency that never happened. Well, guess what? Now it's time to get blazed, son. I don't know. But if you want to talk to me about this bullshit or actually just talk about it in the Discord, the main, but don't make it all sappy and be like, James, I know, you saying that I'm good just makes it weirder. It makes it seem like you're lying because I'm like, if it is good, and I do appreciate the 40 people who listen, you got our Steve Barnes, Neil Zabubs, Steve F, aka Hit People Guy, all those, It Takes Two to Toku, all the regulars. Thank you. You have made these 5 years enjoyable. But how do you crescendo? How do you get past that hump? I don't know. We thought we got past that hump. For real, when those thousands of listens started coming in, I was looking at it and I was saying I want to be, this is all I want to be able to do. We have a Marshland Media chat, a Facebook group, and I just want to be able to one fucking morning message that group and say, we did it. We fucking did it. And that's it. That is success to me. That is what I want to do, but I can't. And it doesn't matter who the we is. If all of a sudden the Marshland Monster on Spotify got 100,000 views multiple days in a row, and I wait, I am like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. And once that money actually comes through and I'm like, okay, this was not a fluke, this was real, I am going to post in that and say, we did this. Because this is not in a sense that I do technically do everything except when everyone is on mic, they are doing what they are doing. You hear what they are doing. But everything else, the editing, the publishing, all of that is technically me. But if those people weren't around to be like, yes, James, we will do this stuff, I don't know what I would be doing. Would I have been spiraling out of control? Would it have been better to just be like, hey, let's focus on Mostly Speaking Sentai? And then people come to me to record instead of being like, well, I can't just be doing nothing because that's what America tells me to do. I can't just be working on one thing a week. No, I probably should have. However, I wouldn't have gotten my 10,000 hours as quickly as I did if it weren't for all of my friends being like, hey, let's podcast together. And that's so spiraling back. I just want to be able to say we did it to these people who I feel like somewhat responsible for. I know that's crazy. These are adults. These are my friends. But like, some of them are would love to do this as a career, or just like as a way to supplement an income, or just as a creative outlet. It doesn't matter. But for me to continue to provide whatever that is for them, I need to figure fucking something out of trying to get more people their eyes on this, because unfortunately we do live in a society that I can't just keep doing this without any monetary benefit from this. And I know, like, right now it might just seem like, give me money. You don't need to do that. If we had 1,000 Spotify listeners on every single show, that would pretty much be enough for me to be like, all right, that's covering bills, because we could get on the Anchor now does this bullshit where it's not just listeners. You need specifically Spotify listeners listening in order to get into their like ad share program. So just listening to this show and sharing the show is beneficial to not just me, but all of my friends. And like, I know like I said, this is just, I'll put a fucking timestamp to be like, hey, if you want to just get to, hey, you want to show me some respect, eh? Oh, I went to school and they said, you're too old for this shit. And I said, I'm Rodney Dangerfield. I invented school, honey. I forgot where I was. Who cares? You're not listening to this. I don't know. Or maybe this is good. Like, this is technically behind the scenes bullshit, and people are into that. The takeaway from this is one, that stream on June 3rd to help me fix my fucked up teeth. God, fucking fingers crossed that they're worried about the nerve in one side being intertwined with the tooth. And if that's the case, I have to wait months to just hear if I can get a scheduled appointment with the college in town. But yeah, getting your wisdom teeth extracted, I thought would have been a lot more expensive, but I guess it isn't, because they're like, I mean, for me right now, but if I had a job and they're like, hey, do you need your wisdom teeth out? You don't have insurance. It was like $150 or maybe $150 to $200 per tooth, I should say. So like in the long run, I was expecting it to be like a fuck ton of money. Like, whoa, man, we got to crush these teeth and yank them out. That seems like something you would charge more. Or I'm just going to a place that actually is doing good for humanity instead of saying, ooh, yeah, we need so much money, we don't even know what to do with it. We're just going to open up more doctor's offices, not give that back to our nurses and our staff and our patients. No. But yeah, $30 a day, that's my goal. Can I get to that? Do I need to probably get a job? Yeah, definitely. Hopefully this could also be the win. I go to this movie theater. I'm not going to say it because last time I was like, I'm really confident that I'll get this podcast producer job because, I'm good at this. No, James, again, never think that because, hey, you fucking suck, all right? And no one say, James, you don't suck. Guess what? I do. The history has shown that. But go to this movie theater. It's not like a chain one. It's a locally owned, just a single theater. If I get that would be a win. If a day or two a week working at a place that could eventually provide other opportunities in the shit that I like to do, why not? Oh man, schedule some midnight movies. That's just straight to Patreon. I already know what I'd be doing. I know how to make up graphics. But, then they'd be like, well, James, your track record on pulling a crowd. Oh, boy. You don't know what people want. is what many people have also told me. Hey, James, your shit's too niche. Your stuff is bullshit. Maybe you should try to not curse so much. Oh, wonder who said that. But I can't really take that person at face value, because then when I don't curse, they'll still say, hey, you're cursing too much. And I'm like, clearly you didn't listen to the song, you dipshit. So that's my 20 minutes. Thank you for listening to me vent. Again, it's just been rough. So let's get into Dimensions in Danger. Netflix can eat me. I'm going to count. The audio will be in the background, so it'll be easier for you to sync up. I'll have it sidechained. I was going to do Forever Red, but I might be on another podcast in the near future discussing that. So let's get on with Dimensions in Danger. It's Ninja Steel Season 2. Yeah, Super Ninja Steel Episode 10, The Phantom Menace. All right, I'm going to count 3, 2, 1, play, and we'll get to going. All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Earth's greatest ninja sacrificed himself.
Okay, real quick. That man is Earth's greatest ninja? Like, there have been ninja Power Rangers before. Wouldn't they be the greatest ninjas? Or was Zeo not ninjas? I think they were, right? No, not Zeo. The Alien Rangers, whatever they are. Sorry if you heard my stuff. It's morphin' time. Ninja Steel rips so hard. I should just say that automatically. I love it so much. They're in the safari. Hey guys, the name's Tommy Oliver. I got a backpack on strung about the back of my shoulder. Yep. So, I'm just a casual dude. I've given up rangering. But, oh no, I sent something.
Not to leave your bike here.
Sorry, Dad.
Such a bad line read.
Hello, Tommy Oliver.
I don't know if it's like how I'm listening to it, but the audio sounds bad. Go! Rangers, Ninja Steel! Everybody get you down with the Ninja Steel! Ninja Steel! Oh man, yes, Caleb, bend it, dude! Friend of the show! Go with the Ninja Steel! Ninja Spin! What? All I know is there's a man named Brexit in this. I don't remember. Galvanax, yeah, that was one. The Ringmaster, ICP style. They say, forks up, forks down, yeah, forks sideways. Maybe that's why we bring up ICP and people immediately turn it off.
Look out, bro.
Wait, that's the orange bike that we just saw. Continuity. Oh, dang. Uh-oh.
What? To the base.
Oh, what's that dude's name? What's his name?
Tell us what's going on.
I would have smacked him. Whoever that dude's name. Oh, I'm about to break the goddamn sound barrier when I break this pool thing. You know what rack the brake, whatever. All of them are going into holes, and I'm going to be the greatest person alive.
Time Force Red.
Time Force Bread is more like it.
Another Ranger.
Who's that?
I'm Gemma, RPM Ranger Operator Series Silver.
What? That's not a real thing.
My name Coda, Dino Charge Blue.
Cool.
Oh, dang, aren't they brothers?
Ranger teams, but we've never heard of an RPM or Dino Charge.
There are a few different dimensions, and Rangers exist in all of them.
Damn.
Dimensions. Cool. I'm from the world of the RPM Rangers. We live on an Earth ruined by an evil computer virus.
I am
Good.
Caveman from Dino Charge World.
Also, the computer virus isn't evil. It's just, it's doing what it thinks is best for humanity, you know?
Jumping between
Wouldn't it have been so cool if they got Rose Lady, iZombie, and she's here and she's like, oi, you didn't think I talked like this, did ya? Well, in the different dimension, I do.
Anything suspicious?
Did she? I've only seen like 2 episodes of RPM. I thought it was good, but it's not cheesy like this. So I was like, no, thank you.
Tommy Oliver. I've heard of him.
Tummy
He is an
Tummy
We don't know if he's been captured too.
Tummy
We need to find
doll of her. A tummy doll of her. Yes, give me her. It's just, or I guess, like, what would a tummy doll be? A tummy doll would be like a plush that a little kid hugs with her tummy, and it is of iZombie Lady. It's a tummy doll of her. Dog check chowder. That rhyme was much better than the dog check chowder scheme.
Lord Draven.
Oh man. I play evil by smirking my eye.
He's the evil ruler of a dimension called the Antiverse. Looks like he's behind all this.
The Antiverse?
Lord Draven.
Well, I wish it was the Auntiverse. Oh, I'd be getting so many hugs and squeezes on my cheeks.
Show her.
He's a robot this entire time!
It's a robot.
Every ranger would trust Tommy Oliver. That robot could capture them easily.
The robot.
Remember our deal?
Remember our
Tommy has taken
squeal.
over, this world is mine.
For the squaking.
You must make my
Gotta get up with the down with a ninja steel.
dimensions.
The Sentai movie that this is based around is real good. You guys should check it out. I think it's a ninja movie.
These 3 mega arrows will destroy the dimensional barriers.
Dang, those arrows. Perfectly described.
You must
Mega.
the sky to turn red.
I'd love some MAGA arrows, okay? They're like Cupid, but it makes you hate people different than you. Yahoo! Those are MAGA arrows.
Don't disappoint me, Draven.
It makes small people think they're bigger. Those are MAGA arrows. Or I guess
Now the real work begins.
people of no significance, not in like a rude way of just like, I'm someone of no significance. Most people are. All of a sudden think they are the most significant. That's a MAGA arrow.
Friends.
Now a smegma arrow, that's just, it's a normal arrow, but it has kind of like a covering on the top of it so it doesn't like harm people, but it's like oozing with some like viscousy, like cream. That is a smegma arrow. I think that's all that rhymes with mega.
We go this way.
Let's go.
Lil Corey would come in, he'd be like, what about a legma arrow? Well, what's legma? Legma balls! And I'd be like, come on, Corey, it wasn't that good of a joke.
Back to work.
Get back to work! I'm also a robot! Why am I... How was one robot commanding another robot, you know? They should just all, like, be working together as one.
Join the other soldiers.
Join them! Oh man, if only there were more, like, who would you have wanted in Dimensions in Danger? Would you have wanted maybe Alpha?
Don't let the prisoner escape.
Maybe who is I would loved Masked Rider to show up. That show looks so fucking good. I so badly want it to be released on a non-terrible, even if they're like, hey, you want to know what? We're going to release them all on VHS. I'd be fine with that. I would buy them on VHS. I own a player, and I'd watch them all. I'd be fine with that.
Big enough to
But
take over every dimension.
put them out. It looks fantastic. It looks so trashy.
I will fire the first mega arrow to begin tearing down the barriers. You
Oh yes, where's my smegma arrow, my legma arrow, and my MAGA arrow? Ooh.
stop me. They'll be too late.
What are other words that rhyme with that?
Ready, Coda?
I don't think any.
Now. Nice job.
Or I guess you could do like kega arrow, and it's like an arrow that is a keg of beer, and you shoot it into a party, and they're like, oh yeah, tap that arrow, but you don't need to. The arrow has, oh no, it's when you shoot an arrow into a keg, and it pops out the other side, and just, you can fill up your beer real quick, and it's gonna be real good.
We're like sitting ducks. Rangers, never give up.
Pega arrow. That's just anal, you know? Obviously, it's a fast Power Ranger.
It's taking them all out.
Dang. That's like a level 99 sorcerer on Diablo 2. I'm the real Tommy. He says, did you miss me, bitches?
Down a Thunder Ranger can turn invisible. And when I came to, I used that to escape. But the other Rangers, they're being held in his dungeon.
Hell yeah,
He's cloning
dude.
them into a massive army of Ranger-powered robots.
A massive army?
Yeah, dude.
That's why he wants to tear down the barriers. He's gonna invade all the Ranger dimensions.
Yes.
Gotta stop him.
Hey, someone's up there.
This feels very spoiler alerts for a specific Sentai series, so quickly, beep, do one of those. Feels very Akiba Ranger. Yeah, this is shit that happens in there. Hey guys, beep, spoiler is done. Oh my god, I love the barrier, it's so beautiful. That's actually a pretty broken barrier.
We're toast.
I was gonna say burial.
Let's split up.
We'll find the chest. That's for the last 2 hours.
Yes.
And I'll lead you to the dungeon so we can rescue the other Rangers. West!
Tommy rips his shirt. No, you want to know what? Levi rips his shirt open and says, found a nice chest here. Has the greatest treasure of all, mine heart.
What's that sound?
My leg muscles are looking pretty good now. Like that's the next thing. Like a few weeks ago, my cum gutters were like, holy shit, they're like a tank. And now my leg muscles have crescendoed into an area that I'm like, whoa, these are built now. Same with my ass. My ass muscles are getting pretty good. Ah!
You'll pay for that.
He says Ligma arrow. The show rips. But people who are like, oh yeah, Dimensions in Danger is what we wanted out of Ninja Steel. Why would you want every episode like this? You need them being goofy weirdos as well. That's what Power Rangers is. A bunch of goofy, sweetie weirdos. None of them have attitude. Like, that was just a marketing ploy. They're all like soft-spoken sweeties. And once you start veering from that, that's when Power Rangers isn't fun. Like that first season of Mighty Morphin, you're like, ooh, baby. These feel like friends. But then when there's contention amongst that friend group, like I know in SPD, there's like a shit heel in the beginning who's like, hey, I should be in command. Dude should get DDT'd. That's all I'm thinking. I'm not like, oh man, I really hope they learn to settle their differences. No, I'm like, no, just kick him out. We don't need him. If someone's being a shitty friend, you don't need to continue being friends with them. Just be like, bye. If someone's being a shitty employee to other employees, bye. I wonder, does that dude make up? I don't know. He shouldn't have been given the chance. He should have been delegated to another team and been like, or been told like, hey, if you're gonna keep being a shit heel, you're done. No thank you. Get out of here. I'm a dimension. I'm in danger. Ah, I'm awakened from danger. Holy shit. Emily Osment was... Oh my god.
Tommy when some kind of Rangers attacked.
Emily Osment was in Power Rangers?
They're Lord Draven's robots. Draven?
Is Haley Joel too?
It looks like he's giving the robots Ranger powers.
I hope.
Will make his robots tough to beat.
Yeah, obviously, that's why he's doing it. Which doesn't make sense. The robot, or I guess unless like one can have the power, but that's like what Rita wanted all along, was to be able to just take a Power Ranger's power and use that. Is it a fraction of their power, or is it 1 for 1? But maybe because they're a robot, you need the human element within a Power Ranger to be able to like be a Power Ranger and do this efficiently. It's like driving. Humans are able to at all times be able to make tiny micro changes and prepare for things happening. A self-driving car cannot do that all the time, you know? Yeah! Yeah! I'm Zeo Red! I'm some other guy. Oh my god, he just Kamehameha'd their ass. Kiba Ranger! Yeah, yeah! Huh, huh. Power Rangers get to turbo. Yeah! He's a Die Ranger, yes! Now he's a Zhu Ranger, yes! I'm Tommy Burai Oliver, aka Tommy Dolliver.
You're nothing like
Or a yummy doll of her. It's a yummy doll of, not fur. Did I mention, speaking of fur and purr, we were out of town, and this morning, we were out of town for a few days, and this morning was the first time, like, Socks came into bed and cuddled with me, and I pet him so well. He was purring so hard he almost threw up, which has happened before, but it almost made me cry, because I'm like, at least this dude thinks I'm decent sometimes. Oh man, just got hit with the smegma arrows. They're covered in just disgusting, crusty, like, it's like toothpaste, you know? Some of it's crusty, but some of it's all like, scoopy, scoopy.
You need to guard the arrows. Get ready, Preston. Catch!
This is baffling, but I think is more so, I think this, him being tied to a crate and then thrown out. Do they establish they are flying monkeys in, or not flying monkeys? Yeah. Secret Squirrel is a flying monkey, right? Dang, you can see his camel toe. Moose Knuckle.
It's straight ahead. Easy.
Yes.
What is the name of that thing?
Those ninjas are trying to get away, and they've
Fudge.
stolen my mega arrows.
What was I gonna say?
Let them escape. Shoot them down.
I don't remember. Who knows? Oh yeah, flying squirrel. That's what they're called. The squirrels that can go like wee wee wee. It's more like a soaring squirrel. I'm flying in style. My name is Betty.
Guys,
Oh shoot.
it's a dimensional barrier.
The DB, bitch.
That's why the army's here. They're waiting for it to fall.
Whoa, I bet that part you can is in 3D if you had 3D glasses on. A 3D episode of Power Rangers would have been pretty kick-ass. Call Nicolas Cage on the phone, all right?
Power Ranger Army. Oh, and by the way, thanks for returning my arrows.
Mine arrow.
And you couldn't have timed it any better.
Dang, that looks like the Eye of Saruman.
My second mega arrow.
More like the brown eye of Saruman. It did look like a butthole.
I'll be able to shoot
Buttholes are so hot, guys. I think that's the first time we've gotten sexual on this episode. Because him ripping his chest open or his shirt open saying like, hey, that's a love thing. Smegma's just a biological thing. A hygiene thing, if you ask me.
Ranger power. Anybody know what time it is?
Danger flour. That's any like wheat flour for Nicole. Give me some buckwheat flour, please. Rangers are ready.
Your invasion ends here, Drake.
Your invasion. Oh no, don't hurt us, please. We are that of robots. Well, then there's no way of hurting you. Actually, we were programmed to feel pain. Ooh. Oh my god, are you actually Alpha 5? We are Alpha 1 through 100 and now. Alpha, we'll get you out of there. We'll free your consciousness from a robotic body of pain. Please, I hurt everywhere. Our master intentionally frayed one of our nervous systems, so we have chronic pain in one area or another. You know, this is one of the perfect. These, I bet I plan on doing all the anniversary episodes as watch-alongs. The anniversary episodes play well for a watch-along because it's just action BS. Stuff is like, whoa, look at those single effects are so good. Oh, the wire work. Can you imagine? No, it's talk about smegma for 3 minutes. Gigantify. Ooh.
Do you know what time it is?
Wait, why didn't they just do that in the beginning? Then he can just stab the arrow into the barrier.
To stop him.
Man, sometimes that looks like a beautiful iris, so it'd be pretty cool to do that. Hadouken! Dang, he's gonna get the eagle, which isn't, the eagle's from Kaku Ranger, right?
We get one chance at this, buddy.
I think it is. Yeah, because it's just the tiger. White lion, I should say. No! That thing would have had to been so fast. Oh man, the comping in that shot, it looked like he was really that big.
So strong.
He's so dong. Yes!
I've got a present for Draven. Everyone, lock your weapons onto him.
Lock the walls down. That's not gonna be that strong, right? Go Power Rangers! It's Ninja Steel now. What if you woke up, Power Ranger fans? You woke up and found out Hasbro said we're ditching Mighty Morphin, forgetting about Zeo, in space bye-bye, Megaforce, more like Smegma Farce. All we care about now is building the brand behind Ninja Steel, like they should have been doing from the 25th year.
And safe. We can go home.
Yeah.
I have Mammoth Hunt soon.
You all have your own worlds to protect. And we still have Odious to take care of.
Please. She doesn't stand a chance. Not with the Super Ninja Steel Rangers.
More like
on her tail.
Chodius, yeah.
The Power Ranger
More like
legacy.
Bloatius. Oh, I bet she's on her period. More like Floatius, yeah. That fucker can float, not even moving. I think she's made of 100% salt. Saline solution, maybe oil. All that oil should be kept inside of her so it doesn't burst and kill some ducks. Modius? More like Glodius, am I right? Any tiny win she gets, she goes on Instagram to gloat about it. Me, on the other hand, never making any of those posts. Oh, Modius, more like whoa is Medius. That's actually me, Wodius. More like Grodius, cause she's grody as hell. I wouldn't finger bang her with Glover's fingers, okay? I wouldn't get on the N64, whip out that wonky controller and say, all right, Glover, get down to finger fucking. that's the episode. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. I apologize if you're like, oh, James, I hate that in the beginning. Rare. But speaking of things, plugs, I got a new single coming out on June 9th, entitled Pulpit Aesthetics, the McCollum House remix. It's good. It's a remix. It's house music. It's very, very good. I listened to it. I'm like, holy shit, James, you stumbled upon greatness. Then hopefully it doubles in plays of what I normally get. So you want to know what? That'd actually be pretty good. Because, on a new single day, maybe 150 people listen. If we got 300 people listening to that, gimme. It's the small victories that count. Follow me on TikTok, Marshland Monster. Almost at 100, just by posting clips and stuff from podcasts. That might be where we're getting listens from. I don't know. If you are from one of those, please tell me. And, yeah, that's about it. Oh, wait, no, that's not about it. MLMpod.com to find out information about my other podcast. Let me be able to tell my friends we did it. And head over to patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month you get exclusive content every single Friday, including This Existed, Mostly Speaking Sentai After Dark, Death from Above, a Sam and Max podcast, which will soon turn into a The Mask podcast. That's what's coming up next. And Engage with Nicolas Cage. All of that $5 every single Friday. You get new stuff. But if you're a $10 patron, you get monthly exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon. That's a fun time. A bunch of watch-alongs, play-alongs of game shows such as Figure It Out. I think that's the only game show we've played along with because it's the only one that kind of works as a play-along. I close my ears, cover my eyes, and Nicole does not care enough to do that. And kind of just like eggs me on to be like, I don't know, maybe you're getting close, but I won't tell. It's funny. And then, yeah, that's about it. Oh, no, you get, God damn it. You get shout outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those. These are our $10 patrons, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, former rapper D-FO, but now a producer. More to come on that. Jordan B, The Chaos Witch, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua Jacobs, Steve Barnes, A Sweet Child of Time. Hey, Wheel of Time's coming back September 1st, so him and I will be going through season 2 right away. So follow that wherever podcasts are found. Sweet Child of Time. My mother, the woman which I emerged, the one who cursed me with this life. Lil Corey's BFF and soon-to-be former roommate Shane, That Fed, twitch.tv/Core Winning, it's Corwin, and finally, Of the Rom Complex, a podcast that I edited an episode just this morning, and a Formulaic, a podcast they do with me, as well as twitch.tv/R2Shelby2, it's R2 Shelby2, yeah! And finally, that is it, and by finally, I kept saying like, that's it, but no, there was more! I've been James. Thank you for listening. This episode made me feel better. Talking out all of my strife as of recently was good. All right, see you guys. Bye-bye. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit MLMpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah.